Oh, we're on. Oh, I have blueberries. I was just thinking. I have a few things I was thinking, and I thought I would just talk to you about it. Hi. I'm talking to these people.
Oh,
You say hi to them?
hi them. I just see myself.
I know. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Who am I talking to then?
Well, there's two people. Sarah Boddington. Say hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Sarah? Okay. Hi, Sarah.
She's a young mom. Anyway, I have these great ideas of talking to you and telling you things, but it seems like every time I open my mouth, I'm going to cough. Which means that unless my husband does it, I'm going to have to get up and get something to drink. Would you get it for me?
What?
A drink of water?
Water, okay.
From in the bathroom. This is Desmond's cup, so I can't use that.
Okay. With a clean
People say to mix lemon and honey. How much honey are you going to end up eating in a day? Like, I'm just eating honey. It can't be good. Which is probably why my back hurts so much. But I'm going to go to the chiropractor because it might have been from that machine I played on the other day. Thank you so much, Willem.
Okie dokie.
Have fun playing with the leaves. Okay. It's 7 p.m. in England. Oh, that was something else. Hi, Scarlett. Oh, I don't think she's here. Hi, Mary. I'm glad you're back to say hello. So I decided I would talk about how I'm feeling. I had Willem here for a while. He was a captive audience, but you can see he's got his hat and coat and mitts on. He is prepared to be gone for a long time. He's going to take the leaves out of the trailer so we can get the trailer. And you know what? I was thinking you and I might just be able to push the trailer. You could pull it and I push. And we might, once it's empty, we just might be able to get it right out of there.
You might, yeah.
On the other hand, we might not.
Well,
In which case...
I can probably get it without too much problem by myself on the flat part.
But then when we get to Teardrop Point, that part, and there's a few bumps in there, so you...
Teardrop Point is fine too.
I think you have to go kind of fast.
Just when the road goes up to the...
Oh, the end of the road. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. Okay. Every time I go down there, Willem, I've been going down across the hills and not taking the roads. It's been kind of fun. Okay, so I should probably do my hair. I think I'm sick and I haven't done anything. In fact, okay, here we go. How am I feeling? Well, as I look around now. There's piles of laundry. There's coats and clothes hanging on the door. There's a pile of clean socks sitting on that little thing. There's sundry items that have fallen down. There's a little library of books around the bed there. And there's a ball of yarn to knit with. And there's this other felted piece that I was sticking in a glove. Not to mention the fact that the TV is sitting on the couch. There's some pants for Desmond, but he isn't interested in. And there's a bag of some kind of a spice I got somewhere, and Desmond's shirt he just took off on top of my open violin case, and a bunch of nails which are about to be used to hang up pictures, and all these picture frames which are about to get pictures in them. But you know what? And look at those shoes. I decided I would bring our shoes in here and let the rest of the kids and their children have the other entrance so that it doesn't get so tangled up between us and the kids. Desmond is 4. Oh, lots of people have said things. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sarah. It's 7 p.m. in England right now. Oh, I didn't remember you were in England. That's right, you are. How was school today? And Mary's back. How are you feeling? How's your day been? And wait a minute. Oh, don't fade away. Hi, Nancy. Amal Bunasar. Hi, Nancy. Watching you from Miami. Amal Bunasar. I have a friend whose last name is something like that. She lives in Dubai. How many of your children are nearby you? Well, nobody in the house but my Scarlett. She just lives right down the road. And Abraham, he's about an hour away. And Daniel, he lives in Vietnam. And Elida lives upstairs with her husband and her children. They've got the whole upstairs. And that allows them to put the money they would have paid on monthly rent into renovating their house so that they can have a house. Because they've already got a house. Okay. How old is Desmond? Nancy, how many of your children are nearby you? Okay, so Scarlett is 4 minutes away. Ben is in Ottawa with his wife and their little boy. Scarlett and Beau don't have children. They have lots of children animals, lots of pets, amazing farmyard of pets. And then, of course, she's tamed all the wildlife, too. So she's got tamed deer and anyway, you name it. She's such an animal whisperer. I can't believe it. Anyway, so did I tell you everybody? Scarlett and Ben, Elida, Daniel, and Abraham. Then Willem has 4 other children who I've never raised. So they are in Ottawa. There's 4, in Ottawa and surrounding area. Okay, now you know. Oh, now what was another question? Somebody said something. One of your babies said my name during a live stream. How does he know how to read? Well, he was interested. He's really interested. He was talking in full sentences, and when he was 19 months old, we taught him how to say, somebody said, how old are you? And he could say 19 months. Unbelievable. I never saw a child like that. Anyway, and he remembers everything he learns. He just remembers it all. If he's seen it on TV, he remembers it. And now he's watching Kids Learning Tube TV, which is, you should have a better view behind me. You could be seeing out the window. It's snowing gently. Oh, I could turn you around. I could do that thing. You want to do that? All right, now you can see outside and watch it snow. Yeah, anyway, so whenever he would want to know something about reading, like when he would want to spell, I would always, I taught my other kids, hooked on phonics. I had a great mother who wanted me to, hey, one person thumbed up, thank you. So I had a great mother, and she thought it was really important that everybody learn as much as they could, always. She was very, very brilliant woman. Anyway, but she was very down home and very humble, and you couldn't get her to believe that she was smart. No way. Did I have 4 boys or 3? I think I have 3 boys. Ben, Daniel, and Abraham, and then there was 2 girls, Elida and Scarlett. Yes. And Willem has 3 more girls and a boy. Anyway, we had a topic going on. Oh, I could just go. This is good because it's like notes. These are my notes. I'm going to give a talk. These are my notes. All right, you can't see my fingers scrolling up as I do this, you see. Yeah, so it's really amazing to watch him when he reads. He can type now. I mean, he's learning to type. So he loves doing these live streams because he types. He was typing words and spaces. You know, he doesn't do capitals and periods or anything yet, but he knows how. And I've taught him like CH, like when he says, how do you spell church? And I would say it starts with ch, CH, U, R, ch. You know, so, but he, you know, we would sound it out more than that. But I would teach him the blends, so he would know the blends. And so that makes it so easy because train is TR, so he knows all the blends for all these different words. He doesn't know everything. OU is for out, OU says ow sometimes, but there's things that break the rules, like touch doesn't say ow, touch, but it says ch. Anyway, so I try, you know, STR for stir and SP. Anyway, as they come up, I remember what they are and I tell them that. Watching from Texas. Hey, Rosa Guerrero and Sarah. I have a 1-year-old boy who is enough of a handful. Yes, well, that's for sure. I'm going to take another bite of my honey because it might keep me from coughing. And I'm getting really into the sweet taste, which is really bad news. I really love having those kids live upstairs. So, Mary, you have a 6, 4, 2, and 7 months. When I brought soap from you, I didn't have any children. Wow, that was a long time ago. 6, 4, and 2. You have your hands full, don't you? So your 6-year-old is in 1st grade. Your 4-year-old went to junior kindergarten. You have a 2-year-old at home all day and a 7-month-old. The 2-year-old is going through terrible twos, and the 7-month-old has to be taken care of and watched all the time, while the 2-year-old is getting into everything. Yes, I would say you have your hands full, Mary. Yeah. Oh, so what I was feeling, it was like I was starting to notice how big a mess my house is. Like this table, it's filling up with projects. And everywhere I look, things are filling up. And yeah, I bet it's wild at your house, Mary. I bet. My house it's kind of closing in, and everywhere I look, I can't see anything because there's such a pile of whatever it is. I took all the chairs outside and I put black carpenter bags over them so that I don't have to worry if they're going to get ruined. They're just gone. But I still have way so much stuff, and I just feel it's crowding in on me. But you know what? It feels really familiar. I think I lived like this for a long time. When we had children, I'd have projects going on. But because we had children, I couldn't do my projects very much of the time. But I loved having projects. And I do now, too. The trouble with having projects out is if you walk past things, there must be a certain number of times that you can walk past the project before you're blind to it. I have a house full, that's true. 2-year-old, 4-year-old, parents, and Willem and I, and sometimes Abraham. Sometimes we go get him. Oh, back to what I'm feeling. So as I look around at my hoarding, and every time I bring things home, like I bring things home from the dump thinking, oh, that's great, but there's nowhere for it, nothing. There's nowhere for anything. We have reached a saturation point. Now I need to go through with laundry bins or bins and fill them and put them out. I thought that was my deer. Well, it could be. I can't really see that it isn't. I'll have to see if it is. Anyway, so having this hoarding start again is sort of a little bit scary, you know? It was not a deer. Do you want to hear what the sounds are outside? I guess it's dripping. Trying to get that. Our snowblower is kind of broken. Something really big is banging as it goes around. Oh yeah, we're live. Let's talk. Let me come and see what you're saying again. Live! I really like making live videos. Okay, you should really tag your videos with ASMR because that is what this is. I don't think I've ever... Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I've ever finished a single paint job. I believe that. Wait a minute, let's go back and see what we're all talking about. All right. So we've answered, how far are we with our questions? It's 7 p.m. in England. Mary's back to say hello. I'm fine, but I was going to tell you about how I'm feeling. And Amal is in Miami, and Desmond is 5. And all of my children except Daniel are nearby enough. And Desmond can read. He's 4, and I don't know how he does it. He told his junior kindergarten teacher, he says, I'm going to, on their Easter card or some card, happy whatever, Thanksgiving or something card for Mommy, I'm going to write, I love you, Mommy, on mine. And the teacher, you know, yes, okay, yes, go ahead. You know, her knowing from experience that children may say that but don't actually do it. Anyway, he did it. So that's Desmond. Okay. And now, Vegan Dolls, do you paint? Is that what you mean? And this is ASMR. I have tagged a lot ASMR, but sometimes they end up not being ASMR. I once tagged everything blanket ASMR because somebody told me they were. And then I realized that they had loud noises in them, and I got some really scathing remarks from some people that they were not ASMR. So then I went through the process of trying to take the ASMR off of whatever of 6,000 videos was not appropriate. Anyway, so we are about to go outside while my 2 youngest babies nap. Oh, so who is we? Are they going to nap in the house and you and the other children are going to go outside and play? Good plan. Do you have future cooking or travel plans? Sandlapper Sue, wow, I haven't seen you forever. You're a long way away, aren't you? And Blue Kai, hi. Okay, so do I have future cooking or travel plans? Well, I think that when I finish eating what's in the Instant Pot, I will cook something else. I think that's the way I usually do it. Sometimes if I don't feel like eating the same flavor for a while, I'll put it all in my little half pint jars. South Carolina, Sandlapper Sue. I never came to see you? No, I thought you were on the other side of the pond. And Peg Leg, oh no, wait a minute, that was not, it says Pegler BC. From Virginia. I met somebody in Virginia once, one person. I went and stayed with her in Virginia Beach overnight. Oh, Wanda Kay. You know Wanda Kay? Me too. She has so many names, I never know which one is her public name and which isn't. So I guess Wanda Kay is good. I love her children. They're great. I have a video of her son playing the jute harp. Yeah, she's good. She's great. Do you live near her? I mean, are you know each other from before YouTube? Or just YouTube? Or I guess just YouTube is pretty good, eh? Okay, so the title of this video, we got to get back to what we're talking about. I'm thinking about getting an Instapot Duo Plus 8 at Which one do you have? Well, I just got one. Hi, Patricia. I hope it doesn't smell smoky today. I have this Instapot. It's 6 quart, and I've used it all of twice or 3 times. The first time I cut up my onions and I sauteed them in the bottom. You have to be really careful when you're putting your food in that you don't let it drop on the edge, on the lip of it, because if it gets down in between, and it can get down underneath the pot and the pressure cooking element and burn. And I haven't had that happen, but I'd rather not. Vacuuming around the edge would be really good, but or you can take the pot out. But lately I haven't had enough room. Like if you're not supposed to get food under it, then you don't want to put it on the kitchen counter where you're cooking because you never know. Bits of onion scraps or get under it or something. I believe you came through a town near me called Front Royal. Oh yes, I used to go through Front Royal to get to Esther. Oh, and you're only 10 minutes away from Wanda. Hey, now, Sandlapper, how did you and Wanda make out with the flooding? There was so much flooding happening down there. And Pegler, BC. Yes, I think did you comment that you lived in Front Royal? I remember a few people commenting that they lived in that town. It's interesting, as I used to drive through and I would just film towns that I was driving through because why not? I mean, they existed and I had a camera and people from there or from other places would probably like to see a video on YouTube of their town or where they're going to move or what it's like up in that neck of the woods or, whatever. So I just thought, information's sake, documenting. And so people often comment that they live in this town. And so I think it's good for people that comment that they get to know each other. I'm really glad to hear that somebody, I still haven't finished telling you what I was feeling. Jeepers, I am a mess. But I have remembered that I haven't told you yet. So there you go, I'm not that big a mess. I gotta make this big. Okay, bye-bye, Mary. Have fun. Say hi to your kids for me. Have I ever talked to your kids? Sometimes I talk to people's children, say happy birthday to them, or just make a video talking to them. I think it's really nice for them. And then Miku from Illinois. I was born in Illinois. October of 2015, we're fine, but barely. A lot of pond dams broke. Yeah, what about last year? I thought you had a lot of stuff last year. Or this year. Oh dear, I can't believe you're all looking at me. Oh no. There's a red squirrel outside. Want to see him? He's on the railing. He's deciding what to do. You know what he's making a decision about. Over here is a big bird feeder. And then hanging up on the thing out there is another bird feeder. Oh, he's gone. Neither of those decisions went down perfectly. Okay, so my Instant Pot. I love cooking anything that's bean dishes. I don't mean not like navy beans. Those are the brown beans, the kind you have, pork and beans. I don't use those kind of beans. I don't know. I suppose I could, but there's not much to them. Somehow I don't like them. I mean, I'll eat them, they're fine. But if I'm going to make dinner for myself, I don't think that's what I'd make. Yeah, you had a hurricane. Oh, that was a sneeze compared to 2015. Was 2015 Sandy? I remember trying to drive south, but I had to drive all the way through Illinois or through... What is that, Ohio? Lima, in Lima, Ohio. I drove through there to avoid Sandy. And I still got freezing rain. That was something else. That was a big one. Okay, so now let me see, what were we talking about? Oh, say how I felt. So once I started to notice, and I'm shutting down a bit, and I'm sitting here looking around. Michael? Who's Michael? Oh, Hurricane Michael. I don't know those things either. Okay, so I was getting used to, as I walk through the house, things are getting tighter and tighter. And part of it's because we have another family here and little children make messes. But they don't make a whole lot of messes in here. They make some, but not that much. So this is my problem. And I realize that how familiar it feels to have a big mess and to have projects and to put them down and to go to the next room and forget you had a project. Like Willem tuned my violin for me. So I have my violin out, but I don't think it's in the other room. See, but I had a problem because my back is hurting. I'm curled up in this chair so that I can not have my back hurting. But I've been trying to do things like I've gotten used to being able to do things. And it's very rare that my back would be so bad. But I'm going to go to the chiropractor today, so that'll straighten it out. And it's very interesting when the doctor had me bend to see how far I could go before it didn't go anymore. Before the whatever. I'm going to see after she does my back. I'm going to stand there and I'm going to try leaning sideways and leaning the other sideways. Is that okay to say it that way? So the thing with this, I lived like this for many, many years. And it feels I've gotten used to having things clean. Moringa powder. It helps you with RA. What is that, rheumatoid arthritis? I'm sorry you have rheumatoid arthritis. None of us know how good we have it. Everybody else has something worse. Everybody. Except the ones that we're jealous of. And they, of course, have it much better. And we think that their whole life is 100% better than our life. But really, it's not. It's only like 1% of their life is better than 1% of our life. Sometimes it's a bit more than that. Is that an animal in that tree? I've started using my glasses as magnifiers. Do you know if you pull them out just a little bit, you can see better? To try and focus, and then if you pull them out just enough, you can focus better. That squirrel is just sitting up there above the feeder. I think that feeder's empty. Oh no, he's on the roof. I really want to go sit out in the tent and talk to you. I don't feel like being in the house. But every time I go out there, my hands get so cold. I freeze to death, and then I have to come back in and get warm. Moringa is a great natural remedy. It's okay as the Lord is strong enough to pull me through. Well, this is very true. Not messes its life. I have been to homes that are spotless, but no one is comfortable or have any fun projects. Exactly. Yes. My daughter and her husband helped us. They lived here for a year and helped finish our renovations and did tons of moving of renovated material as it was tossed from the house. They just did a phenomenal amount of work. And my daughter is very tidy. And so instinctively, she kept everything very tidy. And then I felt uncomfortable. I felt like I didn't have anything anymore. I would look around, I couldn't see my stuff, and I wondered where it was. And of course, it would have been put away or dejunked. But anyway, the thing is that once I have a table beside me with a pile of books on it, it feels good. Do you know, like this morning I was doing a live video, and then I thought I was going to read my story from the Beaver book. And so I was reading the story, and then I went back and I got the other story, which was Exploring the Woods, or the other binder of stories. And I brought that out, and then I saw my mother's great big Story of a Lifetime book. So I brought that out too, and so then I sat there with the Story of the Lifetime and these other books, and then I also had my Stokes book. I was looking up tracks. And I had my iPhone, but anyway, and so then I ended up getting a little table and putting a table beside the chair so I could put all my books on it. But then I thought better not leave the books out because little children, I don't. Those are things I don't want to get wrecked. So I put them all away. But usually I don't put away at the same time as I do stuff. And maybe the reason my house is so bad right now is because I'm spending more time in it, and hence making more of my messes in the house. I don't do a whole lot of projects when I'm exploring the woods. I'm out there in the woods and I have six thumbs up. 6 of you like listening to this, or can access the thumbs up marker or whatever. How do you do that on a smart TV? Can you do that? I wonder if I could use the smart TV for the live video. Oh, I hear a sound. It's the sound of my sweetheart in return. Yes, my darling? Of course, he can't hear me. Tell me when you can hear what I say. As soon as you can hear what I say, you can say hi. Can you hear me? Hi.
Hi.
Did you just hear me?
No, I heard some sounds coming from your direction. I wasn't sure whether you were talking on the phone or to me.
Ah. That's a passing excuse. That's as good as the dog ate your homework. So,
I did a feasibility study.
a feasibility study.
So it is feasible. It's actually pretty easy because the ice is solid. I can walk on the ice. Except at the very edge, I went through it and I got a wet foot.
Oh, and hence the bare foot.
Yes. So I need other footwear, at least for the left foot.
Maybe your pant legs has to be changed too. Because it looks like it's kind of drippy on the bottom.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that too.
Can you feel the cold through your foot?
Well, yeah, I can feel it when it has warmed up a little bit, I guess. Yeah,
That's
so
my
let's do
sweetheart.
that.
He's back.
And then I go back and
Did you get the bags out of there? You took
I
out the
got
bags?
one bag out of there.
One bag?
Well, yeah, it was just to see whether I could throw it. I couldn't throw it. It was because too much moisture had gotten in.
Oh, okay.
But I can just walk it across the ice and just dump it. I got the sheet. It was on top of them. I got it down on the bottom, and a little dip there.
Oh, yes.
And I will put all the bags there. And
You're
if
going to
there's
put them all back there again, or would a lot of work to get them up? Anyway, okay, go ahead.
yeah, I don't think it's any. Yeah, because I don't think anything else will be better.
Okay. Well, I was going to just walk them across one at a time and dump them, but I guess that'll happen later. But it'd be better if it happens before the bags all get rotten by the weather, right?
Yeah, where shall I dump them?
Yeah, well, where our garden was last year, on all the places that you went around
Okay,
mulching.
if I have time to do that, I will.
When? Today? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's not that important today. So did you cover them or put the plastic under them?
I put the plastic under them because otherwise they would be merging with the soil.
Oh, and that happened before.
I ran into that last year and then used to get a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the ideal place for them would be like every meter you put 4 bags and you walk ahead at 4 bags so that they don't make a lot of progress, but it'll be enough to cover that hillside deeply so that you don't have to worry about ever weeding or anything.
Every meter 4 bags?
Because it's a high slope, right? It's like 10
okay.
feet long.
So it won't cover much then of the garden.
No.
Yeah.
No. So, so the hottest part of the garden is important. That's where the leaves go. So where the Swiss chard and everything there, that all really needs to be well mulched because that part will dry out too quickly.
Okay.
But it'll be a good heat trap as long as you can keep the moisture in. So that's where they will eventually go. So it would be best if I was down there with you when you're unloading them and I take them all the way across to where they're going to go with you. But that's a lot of walking.
No, you go
When my
hour
back
and
gets
walk up and
better.
there, up and down, so...
I know, my back is just bad today.
Oh,
But
that's
when I
right,
get
yeah.
my am I
Yeah,
getting it
that's
fixed
right.
this afternoon, so maybe tomorrow we can do that. I'm also
Okay, so
babysitting.
instead of putting him there up, down in a dip, maybe I should put him somewhere up higher. So that
Yeah,
it
oh
won't
totally, because you don't want them,
be, then it don't...
the snow's going to accumulate down there, and also when it melts, it's all going to be ice down in there. It'll cause the bags to decompose quickly.
Right.
But if you have the stamina to walk along the ridge,
I guess I would. I could.
and then I could start doing it once we get them lifted out of there. But they really should have the plastic over the top of them, and not under them. Unless we're gonna leave them where they are. But anyway,
I know what you mean. Like,
maybe we need two plastics.
if you're all spread all over, that a little piece of plastic won't be big enough, right? It only covers, covers a trailer basically.
The tarp. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
We have a lot less leaves than we had last year. We had trailer full after trailer full after trailer full last year. Now we have one trailer full.
We do. Oh, Patricia says hi, Willem. And
Patricia.
oh wait, let's go back and see what people says. When the mudroom was your kitchen, it was challenging when you had electrical and everything to do and a house full. You did great. Wow, you've been a long time here, Patricia, haven't you? His accident is fabulous. You mean his accent, probably. Yep, not accident, accent. Hey, Willem, my darling. Jack says hi. Adirondack Lily says, hi, Nancy, Laura from across the pond in New York countryside. Wait a minute, you're not across a big pond. I'm in Canada. We have a lake in between. Hello to you and Willem. Okay, there we have been greeted. Hello to all of you. Any suggestions would always be helpful.
Right.
Okay, so you're gonna take those leaves off, and then you think we'll be able to walk that trailer out of there.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. Now, is it supposed to start? It is snowing a little bit.
I don't think we're getting a lot.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll have to put our pants on, other footwear. It's too bad because those boots are the best one. The best one.
You could put a plastic bag in. Put your foot in a new sock and then put it in a plastic bag.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know what I found? I had put in the tents, the teepee last year. It was in Fiddlehead Teepee. There were these hand warmer packets, and they're about 2 inches by an inch or 2 inches by 3 inches, something like that. Anyway, they fit in your hand, and they heat up. You circulate them a little bit. It takes 10 or 15 minutes to heat up, but they stay hot for the rest of the day. I kept thinking, well, they're not going to be good for very much longer, and so I wouldn't bother with them. I'd come back an hour later, and they were still hot. So you could put them in your toes and in your mittens. But they were $3 a pack, which doesn't, I think, maybe it was $1 a pack. Anyway, it adds up if you're going to use one a day.
Yeah, right.
But it's not always going to be winter.
All right, so
Only till it's over.
Yeah, I could do that. Okay. Other sock. This can go.
So I have mixed feelings about my mess. One part of me is like, I don't want it like this.
This sock is dirty.
And the other part of me is like, when I have all this stuff here, all my stuff to create with, it makes me feel good. It gives me something to do. So when I don't feel like sitting down anymore and I stand up, there's something I can do. And it's not just Morgan May, South America, or SA, is that supposed to mean hi? Let's see I don't know what the spell checker did to it this time. I am watching from Washington, D.C. metro area, in Maryland to be exact. Hi, Melrose. I thought you might have been in Australia, you know, because of the name. Morgan May said, hello, Willem and Nancy. Hope you're keeping warm. Oh, and Melrose said, haven't seen you for a long time, but have followed you since around 2008. Well, now, how did you end up seeing me right now? How did this happen? Look, there's 14 people. It's interesting. I can look at these later, and I can see how many people at what time of day. And so I can find out when is the best time of day to visit. That is you. Oh, USA. No, SA. Okay. I know where you live, Morgan May. Never did get over to your house. But you were close. I was in the area. Sorry. So I got the snowblower a little bit fixed today. I found that the bottom was, there was a bar that was bent. I'm a true Renaissance woman. I surf YouTube here and there. And so you, now what does that mean? I used to say I had a Renaissance figure. I was like 200 pounds, but I had curves. My waist was always smaller than the rest of me, no matter how big I got. So there was always some definition. So that was my Renaissance figure. You could tell how rich people were by how big they were. That was before they put weight into everything and made everybody big. The plague. Now we're all plagued with it. Not me. Except that baguette the other day made me so sick. I'm still sick from it. I've still got my cold. Of course, Desmond is quite sick now. He's got a flu or something. He's been laying around. He's watching TV upstairs now. I thought he didn't want any help watching TV, so.
He's so cute when he's sick.
Why is that?
Because he's quiet and he's not belligerent. And not noisy, doesn't break things, and fight with anybody. Maybe he'd always be sick.
Well, that's what Ritalin does. Some of my kids use Ritalin. Not for very long,
Right.
just for periods of time. All right, he's ready again. Look at him go. He's a winter's. You know what I did the other day? I went outside and I saw these footprints in the snow. Barefoot prints in the snow. So I took a photo of it.
Oh, sure. All right.
And I posted it.
You did.
Yeah. Didn't it go on to our family?
No.
I should have put a caption, Dad's foot size, if you need to know.
Right.
In the snow. Who does that? You know, it's not like he comes from a very cold climate. He comes from Holland, for goodness sakes. Holland is like Georgia, except rainy. I guess it's like England. All right. I guess you got to be used to the cold. Did anybody have something to say? Yes, I'm creative and could survive no matter what. Yeah, you know, when I go walking on this piece of property beside us, and I think, you know, it's raining, and so I'm thinking, where can I get out of the rain? And so I'm finding the most rainproof place, you know, like underneath the pine tree. There's thick branches up ahead, up above. It will rain under there eventually, but if you're lucky, it might not. Oh, you're losing your footing.
Well, it's been gone.
May I help you? Have you lost something in the maze? Swallowed up in the Great Mississippi?
Yeah. Well, the boots will hold it together, I guess.
Yeah.
I found this on Kingfisher Lane.
Oh. Oh, this one is on there. Oh my gosh, this is the other one that, my goodness, I keep losing these, Willem. I'm having problems with my mittens. You know, I used to go to my children's school.
Maybe it's in the car.
Thank you, Melrose. I keep getting cold. Oh, Jack, Patricia, you're leaving? Did I miss something? Oh, enjoyed the visit. Have to go tidy up a bit. Oh yeah, all this talk about having a messy house has made you remember that you look around and say, "Oh, no, I don't want it to get messy. Let me go clean it up right away." I know it's a dreadful thing. I think I was staying on top of it pretty well. I think that's what it was. No, I wasn't staying on top of it at all. Well, sometimes, like if I empty all those clothes off and hang up all those socks where they go, and if I do another, you see, the thing is, I've got an excuse. I mean, don't think that I have lived this way this long and not got some excuses for every occasion. The coats are there because I've tried to go out that door now. All my clothes are up there because, you know, when I have to get dressed to go outside, I have to wear 3 skirts, 3 blouses, maybe 4, and a jacket and a blanket over the top of the jacket, and a pair of socks. And if it's really cold, 2 pairs of socks. You go through a lot of clothes that way. You come in and you take all those. One thing about having very big clothes is that you can wear a lot of them and not be too squished up in the clothes. So then you end up with air gaps between each layer, which is great. Then you stay warm. Except your hands. If all the clothes, all the blouses, sleeves came down beyond your fingertips, then it wouldn't matter if you keep taking your fingers out of your gloves. I think I need waterproof gloves that the snow does not stick to. Oh well, I'm going to thrum the inside of these. These I spun them, right? And then I knitted them. This is pretty good spinning. I mean, this spinning is pretty much the same. You know, this is, of all the spinning I have done, this is the most recent, I guess. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it inside out. Actually, I think the inside is better. I think that if you turn them inside out to begin with, you see how, let me explain this very important thing to you. I'm sure you want to know. But fear not, I'm going to tell you anyway. Okay, so I'm going to turn it inside out. And then look at that now. Now see how close together the knitting is? You see how it's pretty impenetrable. Whereas the other side, and I got all these holes in it. Well, this part in here. So I was thinking that that should be on the outside, because then the inside is now trapping air in all those little holes. I was thinking of doing that. I was also thinking that if I take... Okay, so I have an idea. William's going to get me some apple cider vinegar today. I'm going to be a good patient. This is empty. All right, let's go get some more water. I wanted to tell you about this thrumming. I think I'm going to have to get a new video for it, though, because it might not want to be lost deep an hour into another video before somebody can find it if they ever want to see it. Not necessarily that they would want to see it, but they might want to see it. I'm going to look outside at the teepee. You know what? It's dripping outside. See, I'm worried about the wheels of that trailer being frozen into the snow, into the ground as it melts, you know. Well, let's see what's happening out here. We have some red squirrels. I think there's 3 of them. And we have there's one red squirrel on the feeder. There's 2 down there. I think those 2 might be the babies, and that might be the mother. because they're all three out there together, and she's always up there yelling at them, and they're just enjoying themselves. Then we have our nuthatches and chickadees, and we have our deer food and some food down there for the cat. Don't know if you can see that or not. Look how far you can see. You can see across the pond, Fiddlehead Pond. Oh, look, there goes Willem. Oh, now we get to be entertained. Let me see if I can make it big so you can really see him. See, he's going along Kingfisher Lane. If you look straight through beyond that little brown chair, there's a black thing with a white top in the woods. That's Grandma's cottage. And just behind to the left is Horseshoe Island. Oh no, let's turn this around. Okay, so there, where's the camera? Okay, so there is Grandma's cottage. And there is Horseshoe Island Teepee. Let's see if we can get a better view of it. Not very well. And over here is Alder Teepee. The moat is around in there. So where's Willem? He walked, where's my finger? He walked, there's the pond, here's the hillside. Glad I caught you live today, Nancy. I'll watch for you streaming now. Okay. Hello from Omaha. Hi, Lisa. You want to make some mince pies? You're excited for Christmas, Jack? It was good to visit. I have to go cook and clean. Have a super rest of the day. Bye, Patricia. It's really nice to have you guys drop in. This is fun, isn't it? Anyway, so Willem just walked across there. And then he went to the end, and he's going around the moat, but only in front of there. That's where the trailer is stuck. Well, it's full of bags of leaves, which have to come out, and the tarp on top of them have to come off. I can't go down and help him because Desmond is sick. He's upstairs. All right, well, now you've seen that. Oops. Yes, and I have a big heap of clothes, because every day I take my clothes off, and there I have to put them somewhere, and so sometimes they all get hung up in one pile, you know, and then we did the laundry, so the pile on the floor is different. But I'm really kind of dismayed with myself at what a big mess I can make in such a small amount of time. So I was going to show you this. See, here we go. We're going to forget about the mess now because that was enough time focused on negative things. Okay, I wonder if this is big enough. Bamboo crochet hook. Alright, so what I want to try and do is I want to try and thrum this. But I think I'm going to thrum it on the other side. This is kind of being thrummed already, isn't it? So the way you do it now, I have to do this all again so I can make a video of it, if I'm into that sort of thing. Okay, so I need some fresh fleece, some uncarded fleece. Would you like to come with me into my big mess? My family would say, no, 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 no. Okay, I better not show you my mess. But suffice it to say that in this bag, right there, is some fleece. Oh, wait. This is carded. Is that right? No. Okay, I'm going to close the door. Keep the mess private. And this really isn't supposed to be such a big mess. Somebody gave me all these picture frames the other day, and so I'm trying to blah, 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 make excuses. Okay, so here we go. So let me see if I can remember what I was taught at Mira. So you take a bit of this. Oh, this is really long. Did I already undo this all? Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Be better to do one that's not been undone already, because this has the original curls. So you take a curl. Maybe I will put this on my hand. Okay, and then from the other side, you reach in and you hook a hold of this whole little group and you pull it through, okay? And then you go in a different hole and you pull in the rest of it, and then you pull it through like you crochet it. Just that once. Now if you use a latch hook, that would be best. I think I have a latch hook, unless I gave it away because I never used a latch hook thing. Like when you make a floor rug, you know? Okay. So there's one. So you put them all over the whole thing. So it's 2 thicknesses thick. See? And there it becomes your new fluff. And so the inside or the outside, you could do it on the inside, or you could fluff the outside. And if you fluff the outside, it might be easier to get in and out of it. Plus this is going to shrink because it's way too big right now. But I don't want this part to shrink. When this shrinks, then I won't be able to use it very well. That's fine, but I want the rest of it to shrink. Anyway, so the idea then is to, like this I already washed once. Got to get back to work. Cheers to you and family for Merry Christmas. It's very nice to see you too, Melrose. And I'm so glad to see everybody. Does this mean I should hang up now and start over? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll start a new one and I'll just thrum this mitten. I can do difficult things. But I'd rather use a latch from a latch kit. Let's see if I can find one in here. See, this is why it's hard to take videos anymore. I can't put my tripods on camera on tripods. Okay, now then. I am looking for, figure it out before I look in here. This is definitely not supposed to be in here. No wonder it's so heavy. I bet there's another one in here too then. My latch hook is what I'm looking for. It was so good at getting rid of everything. Which just means I have to go get another one. Or abandon the project. This one is something. Oh look, I got a hook. Oh, this is for my rug hooking. This is the missing rug hooking hook. Wow, I couldn't hook rugs anymore because I didn't have this hook. Okay, I'm putting it back in here in the middle. No, I'm going to put it in this section where I can see it. When I open it up, it'll be right there. Okay, let's see if there's another kind of rug hooking thing. Yeah, I don't see it. This is the story of my life, isn't it? Rummaging. But I guess if you guys didn't like it, you wouldn't watch, so that would be a good thing. Okay then. That's that. I wonder if I should use these big ones. Or if this is big enough. Yeah, this one was not big enough. Okay, well, it looks like I'm going to run out of power soon. So I will do another video when I get ready to do this. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye. Oh, I have to read your comments. Anybody say anything? What time is it for you, Nancy? It's 7 p.m. here. It is, yes, 2:50. She's in my time zone. We're linked. All right, well, I don't know what I want to do. My back hurts too much to stand up. I guess I should go back and sit down. Bummer. Maybe I'll go up and hang out with Desmond. See what he's watching. All right, bye. How do I do that? Yes. Okay, you saw it here last. You can do this at home.